Tomorrow is Memorial Day, 2021. And I'd like to talk about the meaning of Memorial Day from the perspective of a mother's tears. Let's begin with the wisdom of the Buddha. This is Shakyamuni Buddha. Let us live happily then, hating none, while in the midst of those who hate. Let us dwell free from hate, while among those who hate. The wisdom of Gautama Buddha, of Shakyamuni Buddha, the Buddha, in the Dhammapada. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And Memorial Day weekend marks the traditional beginning of summer. Right? So this is when kids have summer break. The weather turns warm and it's pretty nice. And the ohana gathers together to feast around the barbecue, talk story, to laugh, and simply enjoy being together. And especially this year, 2021, as vaccination rates rise and hospitalization and death rates fall, there is a new sense of hope that we're moving in the right direction for managing COVID-19. Sooner rather than later, we look forward to restarting full in-person activities at Makawao Hongwanji, at the Makawao Buddhist temple, including religious services and observances, sharing the Dharma experience, and community building as our Buddhist practice. And thus, we have even greater reason to celebrate Memorial Day in 2021. So this weekend, let's all stay on guard, let's be safe, and let's live aloha. For Buddhists, Memorial Day is a wonderful opportunity to listen to the Dharma, to hear the Dharma, to make the Dharma your own, right? To make the Dharma your own great torch in the dark night of ignorance. In this world that we live in, this world of confusion and delusion, which is called samsara in Sanskrit. As Buddhists in the Hongwanji tradition, we often refer to reality as it is, in quotes, as opposed to reality as my ego wants it to be, right? And this is awakening, this is enlightenment, this is becoming Buddha. So awakening, becoming able to see reality as it is, to transcend the ego. This is what it means to pursue becoming Buddha. And thus, Memorial Day weekend, party time, hoo-yah, is reality as my ego wants it to be. It's party time. And yes, let's be honest, we all deserve to have some fun after this year of great change. But when we pause for a moment to reflect upon reality as it is, we realize, we awaken to, we hear the deeper meaning, the profound meaning of Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a somber and solemn occasion when we remember when Johnny didn't come marching home again. Memorial Day is to honor the fallen, the sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunties that marched off to war and didn't come marching home again. Memorial Day is when we must awaken to the reality as it is, that Memorial Day begins and ends with a mother's tears. The Reverend Gensho Hara, the resident minister of Lahaina Jodo Mission, and one of the longest-serving Japanese Buddhist ministers in Maui, shares the story of how the Memorial Day ceremony, the observance at the Makawao Veterans Ceremony, which today is a very large ceremony, that's a very important occasion, actually began with a Japanese immigrant mother's tears. But the story itself is universal. It is the story of a mother's tears. A son or daughter marches off to war. A mother's tears. Our son or daughter marches home again. A mother's tears. A son or daughter does not march home again. A mother's tears. This experience is shared by all parents of sons and daughters that march off to war, and by brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, cousins, the entire community, the entire ohana of life. This is a universal experience. Shakyamuni Buddha taught that being born human, one of the greatest sufferings in human life, is the loss of a loved one. The pain, grief, sorrow of bereavement comes to all people without discrimination, because all things, including ourselves, right, arising from causes and conditions, all things arising from causes and conditions, including ourselves, eventually and inevitably cease to exist. It's the truth of impermanence. And thus, Memorial Day serves to remind us as Buddhists of the truth of impermanence, this Dharma, this reality as it is, that impermanence applies to all things, all people, without exception. So when we listen to and when we hear the deeper meaning and significance of Memorial Day, we pause for a moment to reflect, to remember, and to express our shared sadness for those mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, friends, the community, the great ohana of life, who have lost a loved one to war. So tomorrow, Memorial Day 2021, every time you see an American flag, pause for a moment and reflect upon the Dharma, the reality as it is, that you, that me, of all people, are embraced by the great compassion of Amida Buddha. And our path in life is illuminated by the light of infinite wisdom of Amida Buddha. That Namo Amida Butsu, Amida, is working in your life, right here, right now. Namo Amida Butsu. How sad when we reflect upon Memorial Day as beginning and ending with a mother's tears. Namo Amida Butsu. How grateful when we remember the sacrifice of others so that we may live today. Namo Amida Butsu. How joyful when we truly realize that this moment of this unrepeatable life is given to us. Namo Amida Butsu. So this Memorial Day weekend, please take a moment to remember a mother's tears. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. And now, women and children, stand back. Let's fire up the barbecue, because man, we're going to start burning some meat. Okay, everybody, have a good time. Please stay safe out there. Where are we? The essence of Shin Buddhism is gratefully receiving the faith of Shinjin through the working of Amida's great compassion and infinite wisdom in our lives, in every moment of each day of this unrepeatable life. And then, in gratitude, we put our hands together, we bow our heads, and we say, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. So just say it. Namo Amida Butsu. So mahalo for joining us this morning, and may your day be filled with aloha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.